Hello and welcome back to CJ Speaks. I'm your host CJ, and tonight we have on our smelliest guest yet, the Skunk Ape.
Thank you for having me on tonight.
Let's not waste any time and get right into these burning questions. To start off tonight, Mr. Skunk Ape, we're all wondering, how did your skills develop throughout this project?
Throughout this project, I've actually managed to learn a lot about the overall workflow and cooperation that's needed to succeed in film. At the start, it was clear that we all agreed on the Skunk Ape idea, but all of us had different ideas of how we were going to reach that end goal. And that's one of the great things about working together with other people on a project like this. All of us have to make compromises or discuss what would work and what wouldn't. Learning how to properly do these kinds of things and talk to people like this is crucial to becoming a better filmmaker and a better person.
That's really great, Mr. Skunk Ape, but outside of growing as a collective group, how did your individual skills develop?
Well, for me specifically, I'm somewhat used to being used as an actor in films, but being placed in that suit for around 5 hours was something I'd never done before, and honestly something I'd like to stay away from if possible in the future. Although it was an experience nothing short of painful, I do think it built up my tolerance to that sort of thing, or at least learning how to manage being dressed up like that for so long.
How insightful. And what did you learn during post-production?
For our post-production, our all-star editor, Johnny Clark, who's a huge part of our film, not only in letting us use his camera, a Sony Alpha 7 III, we also had access to a shotgun mic to really help with those audio issues we may have had otherwise. We did end up having to re-record some audio. Specifically, I had to go to the backup location to get some stick-breaking audio and some audio of me falling over. Johnny also worked in both Premiere and After Effects for editing our opening to the film. He specifically used After Effects to add credits in that went behind the characters or had any intense movement attached to them.
Now, we all know how much you love scaring campers, but what about that artistic side that no one gets to see?
As not many people may know, I'm a very artistic skunk ape, and my pursuit of the arts has led me to learning more of 3ds Max. I already knew how to animate characters and objects, but my knowledge fell flat at 3D modeling. That was until I stumbled upon some videos that opened my eyes to information I didn't even know existed. Specifically, I discovered a mesh cleaner and a retopology, which, would you guess, clean the mesh of your 3D model and retopologize it to create a better model for you to work with. Although it only slightly changed the big ball, only sharpening the brow ridge really, I know for a fact that it will help me in the future for any projects I may have. Working on the Skunk Ape project has fundamentally changed the way I view and work on films. And thank you to Johnny, Caden, and CJ for working with me.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No, thank you.